Jared, after the good season that you had last year, and you see all the names that this team has brought in, particularly on defense, how is that going to help to make you a better quarterback this year?
Yeah, well, hopefully those guys can help us win and help keep the other teams to lower scores and ultimately help our offense. But I'm excited to see them out there. I'm excited to get to work with them in practice. Get to go against Marcus and Talib there a bunch, and even in Dominican up front, just getting a chance to pick their brains as much as I can and try to learn from them. And at the same time, it'll be good competition.
Are you kind of surprised at the moves that the club made?
No. Very, very excited, very happy.
Jared, what's the difference now coming into year 2 with McVay? How do you feel like you have to master the system now?
Yeah, well, I really feel like this is truly, my first real off season. Last year, was an off season, but there's so much transition going on with the new staff and trying to learn the offense, not as much master it like you're saying. And this year, that's the goal, is to try to master it and continue to become, like he says, an extension of the coaching staff.
With this offense, how explosive do you see it next season?
Explosive?
Yeah.
I don't know. We want to build off what we did last year. Last year we did some good things offensively, and I think that all started, from that this time last year where we had a little bit of a chip on our shoulder. People weren't expecting us to do much, and now it's kind of the other way around, and have to keep that same work ethic and mentality of the underdog or whatever you want to call it. Just keep working every day and don't take anything for granted.
Hey, Jared, on your left. Was today the first day you got a chance to work with Brandon Cooks, or did you get a chance to throw to him before?
I haven't thrown to him yet. We didn't throw today. And I've met with him. I've met him before with my agent, and met him months ago just through my agent. But we hung out a bit this weekend, and we're able to watch a little bit of film. Nothing too in depth. Just tried to introduce him to a little bit of stuff, but really basic. And we'll throw tomorrow, and it'll be good.
And well, you're going to get to work with him pretty soon, at least. And
yeah.
he's going to be your new vertical threat, kind of similar to Sammy Watkins. But the difference is obviously you're going to have an entire offseason program. You're going to have an entire training camp to kind of get familiar with him. How much do you think that can mean to have that extra time, and then specifically on those deep balls where you really got to know kind of his timing? Sure,
yeah, it's all rhythm, it's all timing, and I think anytime you can get this extra time with guys like that, especially like you're saying on that deep stuff, it can help. And I look forward to working with him, and I know he's excited, and we're both excited to get to work and see what we can do with him.
Jared, you were saying this was like your first real off season. How did you spend it? I mean, were you able to do some fun stuff, and if so, what was kind of the highlights?
What I do? I went to the Masters last week with my dad and some other friends of mine. It was fun. That was really the only trip I took. I trained a bunch, went home a little bit. I was in the Bay for a little bit. Was down in Newport, hanging out a little bit down there, and trying to relax, get my body right, get my mind right. At the same time, continue to try to get better. Just keep working. It was fun. It was sweet. It was really, really cool. I don't think you can really explain it unless you go, and it was a really, really cool experience.